Congratulations on purchasing your Ezlase diode laser system from Biolase. This DVD provides a basic introduction to the operation and the use of your new laser. Let's begin with starting up the Ezlase. Your Ezlase packaging opens in a clamshell fashion. The Ezlase unit itself can be easily removed from the protective foam base. Also in the package are 4 boxes which contain laser safety glasses, the user manual and 2 packs of 30 surgical tips, 300 micron and 400 micron in diameter, the foot pedal with associated cables, and the power cable for the Ezlase. The foot pedal is designed for wireless operation. However, before we can operate the wireless function, we must charge the unit by connecting with the cables supplied. This is done very simply by connecting one end into the back of the foot pedal and the other end into the cable hole, just below the power cable input. The unit can be operated using this cable for the first 4 hours while the foot switch is charging. Full charging cycle for the foot pedal is 4 hours. To open the guard, depress the silver end and it will spring open. Now we are ready to operate the laser. First, switch on the circuit breaker switch at the back of the laser. The screen will illuminate and ask for a 3-digit code to start. The code is 123. The Ezlase is now ready for use. There are 2 separate ways of controlling the system, and you can use either according to your preference. You can either use the touch-sensitive screen by touching directly the function you need, or you can use the iPod-style click wheel to highlight the desired function and then select using the Enter button in the center of the click wheel. Both methods can be seen in the course of this DVD. The Ezlase has all the laser settings required for a variety of common procedures stored as presets. To access the menu of preset procedures, press the Procedures button. The first page of presets will be shown and you can press the Next button to view the next page. You will come to a page displaying unnamed presets which are not programmed in the factory but which you can make yourself, containing your favorite settings. Go to section 9, Advanced Features, of this DVD to learn how to edit and store your own presets. The fastest and simplest way to get started now is to touch the procedure of your choice on screen. You will see the preset parameters appear, and then you press it again to load those procedure presets. This can also be done with the click wheel. Navigate to highlight the desired procedure with the arrows on the click wheel. Then press the Enter key to select and load the procedure presets. The Ezlase is designed so that you can easily select a procedure in this way and never have to worry about the initial laser settings. However, if you do wish to change any of the laser parameters, it is important to know not only how to change them, but why you might want to. Please refer to Chapter 9, Advanced Features, to learn about this function. The Ezlase has a permanent flexible fiber which carries the laser energy from the main laser unit to the handpiece. Gently pull the fiber from the housing as shown to extend as long a fiber as you need. Non-sterile tips for Ezlase are available in 3 diameters, 400 micron, 300 micron and 200 micron. They also come in 3 different types, surgical, perio and endo. Your Ezlase will come with 2 boxes of 30 surgical tips. Additional tips or tips of a different diameter can be purchased from Biolase customer support. An order form is included with your laser. Each tip comes wrapped in an easy to open package. It is designed for a single use and at the end of each procedure should be disposed of in a sharps container. Reuse of the tip could result in the attenuation of laser performance and may cause damage to the fiber or the laser system. The tips as supplied are non-sterile and the packaging is not suitable for autoclaving. Therefore, you should sterilize your tips in an autoclave prior to use. Recommended cleaning and sterilization parameters are noted in the user manual. To install a tip, first open the autoclave pouch. With aseptic technique, insert the plastic end of the tip into the handpiece as shown and rotate until locked. The tips are designed to be able to be bent to create an angle for better access. To do this, hold the tip between fingers and thumbs at both ends of the metal part or the cannula and gently bend the cannula of the tip until you reach the desired angle. It is important to create the bend in the middle of the cannula and not at the junction of the plastic coupling and the cannula. The tip can be bent to 90 degrees, but the curve of the bend must be gentle and not a tight angle, which might break the fiber inside the metal cannula. The aiming beam will activate when you put the system into ready mode. Because the 940nm laser light, as well as the 810nm, used for treatment is invisible to the human eye, a red, visible aiming beam is provided so you can visualize the area of the tissue that has been exposed to the laser energy. The red aiming beam appears as a circular annulus or donut pattern. The treatment beam will be located inside the central disc where there is no red light. The process of initiating a tip involves burning an absorptive material on the end of the tip. After initiation, the end of the tip will heat up as part of the laser energy coming out of the tip is trapped within this material. A new or uninitiated tip will allow the laser energy from the tip to pass into the soft tissue where it will penetrate and be absorbed. The process to initiate a tip is very simple. You will need the Ezlase initiating cork. Firstly, install a new tip you want to use in the handpiece. Set the laser to operate at 1 watt if you're using a 300 micron tip or 1.4 watts if you're using a 400 micron tip, and select continuous operation mode. Touch the Ezlase tip to the surface of the initiating block without firing. Now, fire the laser allowing the tip to sink into the block. Pull the tip out when the cannula touches the block, still firing until just before the tip is out of the block. Fire the laser into the air once. You will see a white flash or the tip will glow. You can repeat this procedure if you feel it is necessary. When you have initiated the tip successfully, it will look like this. Remember that if you experience difficulty or slowness cutting with your Ezlase, the most probable cause of the problem will be the inadequate initiation of the tip. After you have initiated a tip, the red aiming beam will of course no longer produce the annulus pattern because of the optical disruption on the end of the tip. Instead, the end of the tip will glow a red color. If this is a distraction, the intensity of the aiming beam may be reduced as shown in the advanced features in Chapter 9. Before each procedure, you should sterilize the tips in an autoclave. Remember, it is recommended that each tip be used only once. After each procedure, remove the tip and dispose of it in a sharps container. The handpiece should be thoroughly cleaned and sterilized after every use. To remove the handpiece, depress the 2 buttons on either side of the shaft and simultaneously pull the handpiece off, sliding it off the optical shaft as shown. It can be bagged and sterilized in an autoclave according to the suggested parameters noted in your user manual. A second handpiece is provided so you can continue to use your Ezlase while the second handpiece is subjected to a sterilization cycle. The Ezlase is supplied with a pack of plastic covers for the touchscreen. A new cover should be fitted before each procedure. Each time you replace a handpiece back on the shaft of the optical fiber, it is recommended that you visually check the window on the end of the fiber is clean and free of any dirt or dust that might have accumulated through normal use. If you see any contaminants, then you should clean the window with a microbrush as shown. This practice will greatly improve your unit's effectiveness and reliability. To replace the handpiece, remove from a sterilization bag, again with aseptic technique, and slide it over the optical fiber shaft, pushing it fully down until it engages. You should check for full engagement by trying to pull off the handpiece without depressing the buttons. You can either insert a new tip for immediate use, or alternatively the tip plug if you are not intending to use the unit for some time. The Ezlase foot pedal can operate wirelessly using a Bluetooth signal. Firstly, the battery in the foot pedal must be charged, which means simply it has to be plugged in to the main system with the cable, as described in Chapter 1, for at least 4 hours with the laser switched on. Then, select the ready key. Disconnect the cable from the Ezlase and also from the back of the foot pedal. The Ezlase will show this error message. Now, open up the foot pedal guard, depress the pedal switch and hold it down until the blue light at the top of the screen flashes and the error message goes away. The foot pedal is now operating wirelessly. The laser radiation produced by the Ezlase is hazardous to the human eye. The level of hazard is defined by the nominal ocular hazard distance, or NOHD, which is a calculation of the closest direct distance from which the laser light may be safely viewed by an unprotected eye. 3 pairs of laser safety glasses are supplied with the Ezlase. It is important to realize that safety glasses are not all the same. Each type is completely specific to a particular laser. Using safety glasses from a different laser, even one with a similar wavelength, may provide no protection at all. Only the Ezlase safety glasses can be used with the Ezlase laser. There are a number of safety features on the laser. Most important is the emergency stop button in case you need to quickly stop the laser from firing. For instance, if someone without laser safety glasses enters the room in which the laser is operating, all you need to do is hit the red button on the side. It will stop the laser and show this error message. Depress the button again to return to normal mode. The Ezlase is fitted with what is known as a remote interlock. This is a connector on the laser which can be wired to an interrupt switch on the door of your operating room. If someone enters the room, the door interrupt switch will immediately turn your laser off. In some jurisdictions, it is compulsory to fit the remote interlock. To find out if you are legally required to connect it, or for advice for your electrician on how to wire the switch and connect it, please contact the representative that sold you the laser. At the end of the day, shutting down the unit is very easy. Install the tip plug to stop any contamination of the optical fiber window. Put the handpiece back in the cradle. Turn the system off by using the button on the front panel, which will turn off the screen and put the system into sleep mode. It is safe to leave it in this state overnight, but if you prefer, you can turn it off at the circuit breaker as well. However, you will lose the Bluetooth pairing with the foot pedal. Here we show you how to disconnect the laser from its cradle. The cradle can be attached to any surface, including a wall. There is a pin on the front of the cradle that attaches to the Ezlase unit. If the laser has been transported between different surgeries, the original packaging can be reused to provide safe carrying of the unit and accessories. Alternatively, a padded transit case, such as this one, may provide a more convenient and longer lasting carrying capability. The representative that sold you the laser can supply you with the details of where to obtain such a case. In this section, we look at some more advanced features and controls of the Ezlase which you may like to use as you become more familiar with using the Ezlase and wish to have more precise control over its operation. All of these controls are accessed from the home screen. Changing power settings. You may want to increase the power used in any given procedure, for instance, to cut faster or harder, more fibrous tissue. Similarly, you may want to reduce the power to cut slower or to improve patient comfort. Adjustment is simply achieved by the arrows on the touchscreen as shown to increase or decrease the power setting. This can also be achieved by the click wheel. Changing pulse settings. The pulse interval and pulse length settings can be seen at the bottom left and right of the screen. First, let's look at pulse interval. The pulse interval is the time between each little pulse or burst of energy emitted. You can make the pulse interval as long as 10 seconds or as short as 0.05 of a millisecond. The longer the pulse interval, the more time the tissue has to cool and recover from the last pulse of energy. Long pulse intervals allow considerable cooling of the tissue and minimize the overall temperature reached by the tissue, and this directly minimizes pain and discomfort. However, long pulse intervals also reduce average long-term power delivered and reduce cutting speed. You may wish to vary the pain versus cutting speed trade-off using this pulse interval control depending on the patient and the procedure undertaken. On the other side of the screen is displayed the pulse length. This is the length of time that each burst of energy lasts. This can be varied from as short as 0.05 of a millisecond to continually on. The longer the pulse lasts, the more energy is delivered without a break, and the higher the tissue temperature rises. Longer pulse lengths are thus associated with more aggressive cutting and more pain sensitivity. You can lengthen and shorten the pulse length as shown using these buttons on the touchscreen, or again in a similar way using the click wheel. There is a dedicated button on the touchscreen to select continuous wave mode operation. Continuous wave mode means the laser does not pulse, it is always on, a continual stream of energy. You can use this control to select pulsed or continuous operation as shown. In the top left of the screen, you will see the average power display. As you change the operating power, the pulse interval and the pulse length being used at any moment, the long-term average power being delivered to the patient becomes quite difficult to calculate. This simple feature continuously calculates and displays the average amount of power being transmitted to the tissue you are working on. Energy monitoring. The Ezlase has a unique function of energy monitoring. This can be seen on the touchscreen just below the power display. The energy monitoring program has two functions and can also be turned off. On the Ezlase, the energy start performs the same kind of calculation. When you fire the laser, the energy start feature will measure the total amount of energy delivered during the procedure. It is measured in joules, the standard unit of measure of energy. This function can also be selected using the click wheel. On the Ezlase, this facility is called Energy Total. Select the total amount of energy you wish to transfer to the tissue, then as you fire the laser, when you reach the limit of that number of joules, the laser will turn off automatically. This feature is very important when you are working close to teeth, say in perio pockets, or even uncovering an implant, where delivering too much energy may cause heat damage to the hard tissue. Changing preset parameters and adding customized presets. You can change the factory presets for power, pulse duration, or pulse interval for any particular procedure, or load your own preset parameters into the custom presets numbered 11 through to 15. First, select and upload the procedure you want to change. And then make the changes of any of the parameters we have just explained. Now, go back to the procedures menu and hold the button of the procedure you wish to change for 3 seconds and it will update. This can also be achieved with the click wheel. Again, navigate to the procedure, press the enter key to load, change the parameters as you wish, navigate back to the procedures list, then press and hold the enter key for 3 seconds until it uploads. Menu items. Now, finally, let's look at the menu items. The menu button is at the bottom of the touchscreen. If you press it, you will see two features. The first is the beep sound. On the Ezlase, you can increase and decrease the volume of the beep sound as shown on the screen. The second menu feature is the brightness of the aiming beam. If you find the aiming beam too bright or not bright enough, you can increase it or decrease it as shown using the touchscreen controls.